stretching.
Oh yeah. So we're gonna start today in prone, which is on our bellies. You can come onto your forearms to begin. We'll bring our left leg out to the side. Now you want to try to get the knee in line with the hip. Oh, tough one. And then the foot or the ankle in line with the knee. So you're creating a right angle in your left leg, and your toes point out. This is going to help us open up our hip using our own body weight. And then you bring yourself down towards the ground little by little. Good. You can have your chin on your hands, or you could take one ear onto the hands or the floor. And we're going to practice our pranayama, extra sip, extra dip. So as you inhale and you're sipping in the oxygen, at your top, try to sip in a little bit more. And then exhale, releasing, belly dipping down, or up in this case. And at the very end, try to press out a little bit more air. Inhale. Pull in a little bit more, extra sip. And exhale, release, and push out a little air, extra dip. So take it about 4 to 5 more cycles. Inhalando y exhalando. Relaxing through the hips a little bit, the lower back, the shoulders. One more cycle. Inhala. Exhala. Good. Let's slowly start to bring our chin onto our arms. And then we'll slide the left leg back. Good. Slide your hands underneath your shoulders. Press up gently so you can grab your blanket, move it to the other side. Once it's positioned, bring your belly back down to the ground. Your arms come forward. Slide your right leg towards the right side. Take a few moments, try to create a right angle, so knee and hip in alignment, and then the right foot and toes pointed towards the side of the room. Relax your head or your chin down onto the ground. And practicing the extra sip, extra dip pranayama. This helps us really utilize the full potential of our lungs, stretching them out, creating a little extra space to pull some more oxygen in and release more carbon dioxide out. And be cleansing for our lungs. Couple more cycles, noticing how this side feels, any sensations you might be feeling in your right leg, back, hips. And final inhale, pulling the air in. And exhale, releasing, and an extra little press out. Slowly start to bring your head forward, chin on the hands. Maybe lift up onto your forearms and slide the right foot back. Good. So our legs are both long. And we'll relax down. We're going to practice leg lifts. So pressing your right foot down, lifting your left leg up, extend it back, energizing the muscles in your left leg. Hold, extend, point your toes. One more deep breath. And then as you exhale, release the left leg. Maybe it feels a little longer now. We're going to inhale, lift our right leg up. Good. Waking it up, engaging your muscles all the way up to your glutes. 2 more deep breaths. And go ahead, release that leg. Now we're going to move one breath, one movement. So inhale as you lift, left leg up. Exhale as you lower. Inhale as you lift right leg up. Exhale as you lower. Una respiración, un movimiento. Inhala, levanta. Exhala, baja. One more time each side. And then we'll release both legs down on the ground. We're going to extend the arms forward. We're going to practice, if your lower back's okay with it, as you lift your left leg, reach your right arm forward. Look down at the mat to keep your neck nice and neutral. Reach through the fingers, point through the toes. Take 2 more deep breaths. Starting to energize our back and our shoulders now. Good. As you exhale, release that arm and leg down. Go ahead, inhale, right leg lengthens back. Left arm reaches forward. Pull your shoulders away from your ears. Keep your chest lifted slightly. Press down through that right arm if you need to. Press down through the left leg. One more inhale. Exhale, release. Now we're going to do one breath, one movement. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale as you lift. See if you can get a little higher off the ground. Exhale. Bring your chest down. Take your time. Letting the breath be your guide. Good. One more cycle each side. And then as you relax, lower both arms. Bring your hands underneath your chin. We're going to bend the knees and move our lower legs side to side. Windshield wiper, just to loosen up our backs a little bit. How the hips feel today. Okay, let's start to bring that movement back to stillness. Now we're going to have the soles of the feet touch together. We're going to widen the knees, at least as wide as the mat. We're going to practice glute engagement. So I want you to feel like you're pulsing your glutes together. And see if maybe you press down through the pubic bone and lift the knees and the thighs off the ground. Maybe, maybe not. Exhale, release that glute engagement. Inhale, try again. Squeeze, squeeze. Maybe a little lifting. Exhale, release. Good. Deep yogi breath. Inhale. Exhale. Let's try it 2 more times. Last one. And release. Good. Let the legs fall back. Good. Okay, so you're going to have a couple options to either practice Superman, which is lifting both legs and both arms up off the ground and holding that position as if you're flying in the sky. So we're going to change that name to Superwoman. Okay, so you can either practice the full extension through arms and legs, but if you want to just focus on your legs, you can slide your arms down the sides of your body, and then you're going to wiggle one hip up, bringing your arm underneath your torso, and then the other hip up, and you press into your palms, and you can practice lifting both legs off the mat.
Are your palms flat on the ground or facing your body?
They're facing the floor.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Okay. Other people like to make fist position, and that makes a little bit more space for them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then you can practice lifting the legs off the ground. Okay, so you have two options. One's gonna incorporate more of your back engagement here, and the other one's gonna be focused more on your legs. Okay, so we're gonna take 5 deep breaths. Inhale, begin to lift up in whichever variation you like. Good. Looking slightly down if you're in the Superwoman. Nice, slow, deep breaths. If at any moment your lower back says, okay, I want to release, go ahead, release. 2 more inhales. And as you exhale, let it go. Good, just let your body relax for a few moments. And then we'll begin to slide our hands underneath our shoulders. Tucking your toes, we're going to press up, away from the ground. And then we're going to sit back in the child's pose. So you can spread your knees maybe a little bit wider. Bring your big toes to touch, hips to heels. Slide the arms forward. Now we get to stretch out our lower back. Ooh, really grow that spine long as you bring your head down to the ground. Counter stretching all of those bendings and liftings that we did in our back now. Let yourself release a little bit closer to the ground. You need to exhale out the mouth. Two more deep breaths. A little reset. Start to inhale. Come up into our tabletop position. Let's bring our knees under our hips and our wrists underneath our shoulders. We're going to begin some cat and cow movements. So as you inhale, drop your belly down, pull your shoulders back, looking forward, and exhale, belly button lifts up, head curves down, growing the space between the shoulder blades. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift the tailbone up. Exhale, round, curve into your heart. Find your flow. Started by warming up a lot of our muscles in our back and our legs and our arms. So now we're going to stretch them a little bit more. We'll start to slow down the cat and cow motion and walk our hands to our hips. But we're going to extend the left leg out to the side first. and have the left toes pointed forward. Now you might want to have the blocks kind of nearby to be able to grab onto. And then go ahead, take your time, bringing your hands up to your hips. Also, another option is to bring some padding underneath your right knee if your knee feels a little sensitive this morning. Start to lift up through your torso. Good. We're going to open the gate, as they say, by sliding our left hand down our left leg. Now either land it below the knee, above the knee, or forearm on the thigh. Reach your right arm up. Reach, reach, reach. And then go ahead and lean towards the left side of the room. Press down through that left foot. Don't let it slide. You can. Let your chest face forward, not allowing it to curve down towards the ground. Reach up through that right arm. Feel the stretch running up the right side body. Some more deep breaths. Up and center. Now we're going to close the gate by bringing our right hand either down onto the ground or maybe onto a block. Here, just try to focus on aligning the right wrist with the right shoulder. From there, keep extending through the left arm up towards the palapa or the sky or the ceiling. Ground your left foot down. Take a deep breath in. Now you can keep the left arm extended up, or you can let it lengthen overhead towards the right side of the room. So creating a diagonal line from your left fingertips all the way down, passing the hip to the left toes. Now open the front side of your body. Good. Gently press the hips forward slightly. So we're going to practice side bow. So how we're going to come into bow is we're going to bring that weight over into the right arm. Okay? That's going to allow the left leg to lift up. Now we're going to reach our left arm behind our body, bend our left knee, touch that toe. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend and touch. See if you can grab. Inhale, extend. Bend. Good. One more time. Inhale as you extend. Now exhale. If you can reach for the toes or the ankle or some part of the foot, grab. And then press your front body forward. Take a couple more deep breaths. Good. Let's inhale, extend. Exhale, bring the left foot down. Good. Bring the arms forward. And then we're going to slide our left knee onto the ground in line with our right knee. Before we go to the other side, we're going to practice puppy pose or heart melting pose. So you slide your arms or your hands forward, and then you start to melt your chest closer and closer to the ground. Keep your hips lifted. So it's similar to Balasana Child's Pose, except our hips stay up in the sky like a puppy stretches in the morning. And really breathing into the stretch wherever you're feeling it, maybe in your arms, armpits, back. Start to inhale, shift our weight forward into those hands, and then slide the hands back towards our center. extend our right foot out to the right side, toes pointing forward. Okay, if you needed cushioning underneath your knee on the other side, then maybe bring it to your left knee, and then bring your hands up to your hips. Take a deep breath in, relax your shoulders down. So closing the gate. The right arm slides down the right leg, just avoid the knee, either below, above, or forearm. Good, inhale, extend through the left arm. Exhale, lean and reach to the right side. Chest forward, hips gently forward. Sometimes it's helpful to keep your fingers together, thumb connected to your palm. Deep breaths. And then we'll inhale, we'll start to extend and close the gate. So left arm's going to come in line with your left leg. Don't let it come too far forward or too far back. It's going to be in the same line as your body, whether it's on a block or on the ground. Press down through that right foot. Inhale, lift up through your right leg. So we want to try to have, just wrist, shoulder, shoulder, and then wrist overhead in one line. Gently let your front body come forward. And then if you'd like to keep extending that right arm overhead, creating a diagonal line, that's available. Not sure what to do with your head, doesn't feel so good, you tuck your chin into your chest slightly, and that'll help you control the neck, the sensations a little bit. Good, one more deep breath, and then let's bring the weight over into our left fist or hand or block. See if we can lift that right leg off the ground. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, we're going to bend the knee. Reach for the foot behind our backs. Inhale as you extend. Exhale, bend and reach. Good, so using some balance here. Try it 2 more times if you can. And this next time, we're going to hold on to that foot if we're able to grab it, some part of it. Good. And then press the front body forward, coming into the half bow position. Maybe feeling that stretch in your right shoulder and the hip. Creating a back bend here. Bending back towards the wall behind you. 2 more deep breaths. Good, let's inhale, extend. Set the right foot down. Bring that right arm forward. Good, walking the hands forward. Sliding the right knee down in line with the left. Okay, so downward facing dog now. Slide your hands forward, creating the diagonal from wrist to shoulders. Tuck your toes, inhale, lift your hips, lower your head. Pull, extend through your arms and your legs. Heels working their way towards the surface of the mat. Fingers really stretched wide. Take 5 deep breaths. Like to walk your dog, feel free, moving the legs, maybe shaking the hips, doing a little bounce. Really extend through those arms, the last breath here. And then we'll walk the feet towards the hands, coming into a forward fold. So your hands are either maybe reaching for the ground or reaching for opposite elbows. So hug your thighs with your belly. Bring that belly closer and closer. Press into your feet. Extend through the crown of your head, down, down, down. Breathing into those sensations of the stretch, whether it's in the legs, in the back. And then we're going to extend our arms out to the side. Press down through the feet. Take a deep breath in. Come all the way up to standing. Nice, strong spine. Arms lengthening. Arms coming down in their own time. Okay. So it's hopefully helping our backs get warmed up, get stretched out through that series. We're going to do the standing part, working on some balance and dancer today. So we did the side bow on our knees to kind of prepare us for that motion that we're going to do standing on one leg. But before that, we're going to do the calf reaches. So you're going to step your right heel forward. Good. So weight is in your left leg, your left standing leg. You inhale, reach for that toes in the right foot. Lift up and step your right foot in line with your left. And we're going to go side to side. So step your left heel forward. Reach. Feel it stretch up the legs. And then exhale. Circle the arms inside. Go ahead. Find your flow. Looking up as you come up nice and tall. Good. Press those hips back as you reach for the toes. A couple more times on each leg. One more on each side. Today we're going to try the quad stretch by standing on one leg. And we externally rotate the shoulder to receive the foot with our palm facing out. Then we're going to bring that knee back in line with your standing knee. You're going to look forward. And we're just going to hold this stretch first, just to really let that quad muscle stretch itself out, okay? So we'll start, feet hip distance apart, deep breath in, exhale, shift your weight to your left leg. Externally rotate the right shoulder, so bring the shoulder back so that the palm faces out. Good. Take a deep breath in, bend your right knee, and bring that foot up to the hand if you can. Good. Look forward, start to see if that knee is going to relax back down to be in line with your left knee. You're just going to take 5 to 10 deep breaths here. Letting this right leg stretch. Good. Stand up nice and tall. If you're not sure what to do with your left hand, maybe bring it to your left hip. Press down through your left sole of your foot. Gently start to release that foot and set it down with ease. Alright, we're going to go to the other side. Take a deep breath. Make sure your feet are hip distance apart to start. And then exhale, shift into your right leg. Externally rotate your left shoulder back. Palm faces out. Bend your left foot or left leg and bring the foot up towards your hand. Let yourself adjust. Maybe slide your right hand to your right hip. Good. Press down through that right foot. And then see if the left knee could come back in line with your right. So point straight down. Good. You're going to Breathe here. Focus your eyes on a point ahead of you. Start to slowly let go of that foot, bring it down with ease, and set it on the ground. Okay? So now we're going to grow into this movement. If that was enough for you today, where you feel like you're really engaging your core, you're standing up nice and tall, holding onto that foot, letting the knee work its way down, stay there. Okay? The progression is to extend your opposite arm up. And then this is where you can stay as well. If you feel stable, what we're going to do is we're going to kick into our hand with the foot, and we're going to start to lengthen our opposite arm, the lifted arm, forward in proportion to kicking back. So it's not going to be a reaching without kicking. It's simultaneously. And as you do that, you start to bring a bend to your back. Start to let your upper back stretch or compress so your front side of your body stretches open. And then go just somewhere where you can stay for a few deep breaths. And then maybe your body says, okay, I can go a little bit farther, go a little bit more, if it's okay. Right? Any questions? So let's start to stand. Feet hip distance apart. Take a couple deep breaths. And then shift your weight to the left leg. Good. Externally rotate that shoulder. Bend your right foot. Knee to your right hand. Good. Bring that knee down. Left hand on your left hip. Take a couple deep breaths. Find the stabilization. And if you found it, extend the left arm up. Stay here for a couple deep breaths. Focus your eyes, press down through your left foot. Now this is when you go into your own self and determine or decide what you're going to do now. You're going to start to kick back, back bending towards the wall behind you, reaching the left arm forward. Left palm faces out like you're offering. One more deep breath. Slowly start to come out. And release the right foot down. Oh, okay, so let's just do some hip circles before we go to the other side. Noticing how that right side feels. You're holding that extension, and then we'll circle the hips a few times the other way. Start to slow down the movement. Bring the feet hip distance together. Take a deep breath in. Shift your weight to your right side. Really ground down through that right foot. Stand up nice and tall. Externally rotate the left shoulder. Palm faces out to receive that left foot. Let the left knee slowly relax. And then when you're ready, you either have your hand on your hip on the right side, or you can extend the right arm up. Looking towards your focus. Breathing. With calmness on the inside, confidence, exploring your capability little by little. See how it feels to kick that foot back on this side and extend your right arm forward. Start to come back out little by little. Release your left foot down. Take your time. Right arm comes down as well. Alright. We're going to come down, do a sun salutation and an optional chaturanga. And then we're going to practice cow face arms. So that's where we're going to bend the elbows. So we bent the knees, now we're going to bend the elbows and work on our shoulders and our biceps and our triceps, stretching out these muscles. Okay? So we can utilize the strap possibly if we feel tight up and through the arms and the back. Okay? So we're going to step towards the front of the mat. As we inhale, let's lift up through the arms. Exhale, fold down towards the ground. Inhale, halfway lifted spine. Exhale, hands down. Hop or step the feet to Dandasana plank pose. Take a deep breath in here, and then optional chaturanga. Bringing your chest between your arms. And lifting the chest up as you inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stretching out those legs, arms, head down, hips up. Take a couple deep breaths. How does this downward dog feel? Are you looking up towards your belly button? Are you actively pressing the heels down and the palms? Let's inhale, come into a tabletop position. Now, the option here is to sit in a kneeling. So you can either sit straight back onto your heels, or you can sit up onto blocks, and that'll help your knees feel a little bit more supported. Now, if you're going to sit on the blocks, or any way you're sitting, I want you to focus on your spine for a moment. There's a tendency in this next stretch through the arms to arch the back, to reach a little bit farther. I want you to really pull the navel in and keep the back nice and neutral. So I'll just face the side for a moment. So when we're reaching the arms, the hands together, we start to bend the back. So I want us to avoid that pull in the belly and try to keep our spine nice and neutral. All right. So let's unwind the strap. Let's bring the strap into the right hand to start. Then we inhale, lift the right arm up. Now you might not need the strap, but we'll start with it in our hands. And then if you feel like you don't need it, you just let go. Good. So the left arm reaches out to the left side, thumb points down. Bend the elbow, now the thumb points up and it slides up the back. Okay, your right hand, you're going to bend your elbow. The hand comes down to the base of the neck. Now you're either going to grab with your left hand the strap. Now focus on your elbows. Don't let your back arch. Bring your navel in. Focus on your right elbow lifting up and your left elbow down. Maybe close your eyes. Maybe that helps. Now maybe, possibly, your fingers, reach for the other fingers and you can clasp the fingers together and release the strap. We're going to take 10 deep breaths. Right elbow pointing up, left elbow pointing down. Letting the belly be free as you breathe. We tend to tense in the belly. So relax. Couple more deep breaths. And then as you exhale, start to release the strap or the fingers. Slowly bring the arms down and forward and rest on your thighs. We're just going to take a moment, let the body relax. We'll practice now on the other side. Moving the strap to the left side, bringing it into your left hand. Inhale, go ahead, extend the left arm up. Strap goes behind the body, so it's more easier to grab. And then you bend the left elbow, bringing the hand towards the neck. Good, right arm extends out, thumb points down. Bend the elbow, thumb points up. Palm slides up the back, little by little, grabbing onto the strap where it can. Good, pull the belly button in. Lengthen through the arm, so through the top elbow, bottom elbow points down. Deep breath. Palm center. Soft belly. Two more deep breaths. And we'll slowly start to release arms, straps, and slide the hands back onto the legs. And just take a couple mindful deep breaths. Relaxing around your temples, jaw, shoulders. And we'll open the eyes if they're closed. We're going to change positions now, focusing on the hip area in our frog pose. So we're going to move maybe the blocks forward. You might want to set them up, and I'll show you how, to release your chest onto the blocks. We're going to bring the blanket half folded into the middle of the mat. I have to slide back, lay out the blanket, because we're going to slide our knees wide on the blanket. So you're going to come into tabletop position over your blanket. Your hands could be more on the mat surface. So you're going to need your blanket to be wider than that, because you're going to slide your knees wide. Yeah. Now the blocks, you can have them kind of set up and ready to receive your low belly chest area. You'll maybe adjust them as you come closer to the ground, but they'll be there and you won't have to shuffle and reach for them once you're lowering down. So we practiced, when we began the class, half frog. So bringing one leg out to the side and the other leg out to the side for 10 deep breaths. Now we're going to work with opening the legs together. So you're going to come into the wider knee position, sliding the knees little by little open. Taking your time, noticing how far you can get them to open. And now you come onto your forearms. And you just slightly let your hips come closer to the ground. So it's a motion of coming forward slightly. You might have to adjust the arms. Bring the arms forward. Now if your lower back's like, ooh, I'm not sure about this, keep the hips lifted up, higher up. Now the feet, you're going to widen the feet, so be careful, you don't want to kick anything. And you're going to let the toes point out to the sides of the room, just like they were at the beginning when we did the half frog. So just being careful if you've had knee injuries. But it takes the weight off the knees when you bring the feet out. And if you bring your hips forward, it also takes the weight off the knees. And it works the stretch more into the inner groin, front of the hip area, front of the pelvis. And now I have my belly on the block. So if you like to have that support, keep the blocks there. Maybe slide the blocks further down, and that also helps support your low back as well. Okay? And then if you want to go a little bit closer, you widen your elbows and you bring your head onto your arms or your hands. So frog. Take 5 deep breaths. So to come out of this, we gotta take our time. First, coming up onto your forearms. Then you're gonna bend the knees so the big toes touch. You gotta tuck the big toes. As you lift your hips up, press into those big toes, lifting the knees off the ground, and then setting them down like they would be in tabletop, walking onto your palms. Okay. Let's slowly start to transition to a seated posture. Go ahead and move your blanket out of the way. We're going to practice bridge before we come to the full Shavasana relaxation part of class. Woo. Okay. So we'll do it a few times. I'll be adding a variation each time, but knowing that you have the option to just hold base bridge. So base bridge, I'll demonstrate it. Once you lie on your back, you're going to reach for the Achilles heel with your big fingers to know that your feet are in the right place. So you should be able to just reach and touch that. Bring your chin to your chest to get the most of your back down on the ground. Hands are down by the sides of your body. So for base, you're going to press the feet down, lift the hips up, look toward your hips, try not to move your neck, and then you can slowly shuffle your shoulders kind of underneath your back and bring your fingers together below your hips, below your glutes, pressing down through your arms, lifting a little bit higher through your hips. Take 5 to 10 deep breaths. Pressing down through your feet, knees forward. Engaging your glutes here. If your fingers are interlaced, you're going to unlace the fingers. Slowly let the arms come wide. Slowly roll the upper back down, mid back, low back. And then bring your knees to your chest for a few moments before we practice the second round. You can circle those hips if you like. So the variation I'm going to present for the second round is lifting one leg up and pressing, let's say, down through your right foot. Your left leg is going to be long. Sole of your left foot lifting up. So you're going to come back at a bridge, but your left leg's going to be extended. You're really squeezing and strengthening your right glute. You can bring your arms back underneath your upper body, pressing down through the length of the arms. Keep your hips even. Don't let one hip lift up higher than the other. Take a few more deep breaths. Otherwise, just keep both feet on the floor. Keep lifting through both glutes. Hips lifting up, looking towards your belly. One more deep breath. Unlace your arms. Roll the upper back, mid back, low back down. And bring your knees into your chest. for a few deep breaths. You can lift your head up towards your knees. That feels good. Compressing, and then last round of bridge. Feet down, reach for the heels. Make sure that you can touch with your fingers. So if you did the single leg bridge, now you're going to reach your right leg nice and long towards the sky. Inhale as you lift your hips. Adjust your arms any way necessary to support you. Squeeze the glutes. Keep your hips even. Couple more deep breaths. And then go ahead, release the arms out from wider, and then lower the back down, lower the leg down. Maybe bring the knees into your chest one last time. Squeeze yourself together, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then when you're ready, bring the feet down to the ground. If you want to rock the knees side to side a few times before you come into your corpse pose, feel free to move, or any little last stretch that's necessary for you this morning. We'll start to lengthen the legs. Let the arms, palms facing up. Relax your back, your chest, the space between your hips. gently start to breathe a few deeper breaths. Wiggle the toes and fingers. Any which way you would like to awaken the body little by little. Starting to stretch out. Allowing yourself to come back up to a seated posture if you can. Hi, ladies. Good morning. Thank you for coming. Namaste, Aho.